Welcome everyone, Algan is back, and yes, we're still on a guide for the multiplayer helper. We finally got it installed properly. Thank you so much, Jack. You're still here with me?
Yes, I'm still there.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I really wanted to demonstrate how the teamers draft, or tournament draft worked, especially since we might use it in the upcoming event at the CCC, for instance. But for anyone that wants to use it, it's one of the features that is the most liked about this new multiplayer helper. So, tournament draft is to get some civilization picks and banned, and it's very fun way to play some team games with your friends. You can even have maps banned and so on. So, we're gonna discover it today with Jack. I'm so glad you could make it, but I need your help here. I need you from the beginning to tell me how to make this work.
Okay, so what we are going to do, Oguti, is try to do a standard kind of CWC-like drafting, if you want, together.
Yeah.
So you are going to be the host on this one.
Perfect.
So, and as the host, you will have obviously more duties. You will have more things to set up. But then it will allow all players joining your game that have as well multiplayer helper installed to actually enjoy those features. So the first thing you want to do is to create a multiplayer game. So for this, you are going to pick multiplayer.
Yeah. So this is multiplayer, the second option in your menu.
Yes.
Yes.
And then, well, actually, we can do a LAN, but you can do it as well on the internet. Whatever, you know.
Let's do it online.
You prefer. Online.
Okay. So in French it's en ligne, but in English it's online. Very simple. You
so then create a game.
Create a game with the green button at the bottom here.
Yep.
Okay, I got it. Is the mod already on because it's already activated?
Yes.
Yes. On. Okay. How can I double check if it's on?
Well, you can go to additional content at the top.
Ah, right here.
Okay. Yes. You can click on that, and you will see that it will be activated in the list.
So I have Better Bounce Game, Better Bounce Start, the Spectator mod is on as well, and the multiplayer core right here, alongside all the DLCs.
Yeah. You know what, Oguti? To make it simple for our viewers, let's disable, just for this example, let's disable the Vector Spectator mode and disable the Better Balance Start, so we have less options.
Okay. So we're gonna disable here the Better Speaker mod.
Yes.
And Better Bounce Start, you said. Yes. This one. Okay.
Exactly.
So I have Better Bounce Game. Is it okay?
Yeah, you can deactivate it as well if you want. Disable it.
Let's just keep the multiplayer helper for the example here.
Yeah, it's just to have something clean, so there are less options for people. If they don't have the mode for whatever reason, they can see just the options for MPH. So now you're gonna click back.
Yeah, this one at the bottom, the top, back. Okay.
Okay. Now, what you want to do is that we are playing a tournament, right?
Yeah.
So we are going to use the tournament drafting. So you see, just above mode de jeu, just above game modes, you will have draft mode, right? And draft mode
here.
Yes, and so it's at the bottom of your map and game options, and here you will choose tournament because you want to play a tournament.
Okay, tournament. So, it's there.
Here, that's it. There is another option that I haven't really mentioned earlier about MPH. MPH has a new version of the timer, which is based in Lula, so it's more flexible. And the timers that you have are, the ones that are used in the community. You can find them under Smart Timer, and you can change. So the one you have by default, Classic Cial, is actually the fast dynamic timers that a lot of people have been using for years, and that now is unfortunately deprecated because Cial is no longer doing modding.
So here, like, just to be sure people follow, like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th line in the settings.
Yes.
That's for me. I get this smart timer option. That's what you're talking about, right?
And smart timer.
And the classic Cial, like you say, is the dynamic turn timer that people are used to, for instance, on CPL.
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
Here, in a tournament, typically people tend to pick competitive because
Oh, there's 5 of
that's a
them.
timer. That's a timer that is being used, for instance, for the CWC, and it's a little bit more esports oriented. But so we're gonna keep the spirit. We are playing in tournaments, so we're gonna as well use competitive in this example.
Well, okay. Can you briefly explain to us what are the 5 options, though, just to be sure?
Yeah.
So
So,
competitive, like, what's the difference? We know a little bit about CL. It's like a dynamic
so
turn timer that.
Cial is dynamic, but it's I would say it's a turn timer that is fine if you're doing casual games, right?
Yeah.
Where you don't want to have too much pressure.
Mm.
Competitive is really, it's, for instance, the typical timer you're going to use on the CWC, it's the timer being used in squadrons. So in that case, the times are going to depend on when you are in the game, right? So for instance,
Yeah.
the first turns are quite quick, and
Okay.
then the timer is going to scale depending on the number of units on the game, depending if people are at wars, depending if you are in a teamer, depending if you just found in a pantheon. So it's going to try to adapt in such a way that you are finishing your turn, but you have to do it with a little bit of pressure. So we are in esports there. It's not casual anymore.
Yeah.
We are in a tournament. So that's what competitive is all about. Disable is self-explanatory. Is you use that if you want to use the normal civilization timers. So then you can use, fixed timers or the base game dynamic timer. You click disable here.
If you
Leech
want to have like
pressure-
every turn like 100 seconds, you can go there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Leash pressure is so I'm sure everyone knows leash, the civilization player. So
What?
leash
Yeah.
has came up with this setting, which is very oppressive. You can use it in single player, so I try to do that to try to be better. Honestly, I can't. You need to be really, really good. And it's I think it's a timer that was used in the Zland tournament, for instance.
Yeah.
Classic Cial, most people knows about it.
Yeah.
But the last one, which is Cephii N plus 30, is the very simple timer. You have 30 seconds the first turn, and then every single next turn you're gonna gain 1 second. And Cephii is another well-known player in the community, and like many of us, he grew with civilization, and suddenly he started to have a job and a family, and he started to not be able to play games anymore that were 8 hours long. So its timer is in between competitive and the classic Cial. I like it as well quite a lot.
Okay. So basically, Lej is super fast, and
Yeah.
Cephii is pretty fast, more fast than usual as well. If you
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And competitive is in between Cephii and Ledge.
Okay. So basically, the normal one people are used on CPL is Cial, and competitive is just tiny bit quicker. Tiny bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So for today, we're going to try competitive, right? Gonna try this. Okay.
All right. So then you can choose your map settings if you want to play on New Age or if you want to change your resources, as usual. The other things that I would like to show you now is that you will first create the lobby, so you confirm your parameters here.
Yeah.
Yes. And now you will move to the staging room, okay? And you're the host. So here you have a couple of things as well that are yes, because you are in tournament, right? So you have more settings. As the host, you will have all the options. The other players won't see those options. They will see, however, short message telling them what to do. So when you reach a stage here, essentially the lobby.
Wait. So I see this because I'm the host, right?
Yes.
I see those 4 things, and a regular player, he wouldn't see those 4 things. What would he see?
He wouldn't have that. He wouldn't have the launch or the reset button on top as well.
Okay. Those. Oh yeah, launch and reset. Okay. Yeah. You see.
So that's only for you because you're the host.
Okay.
I will just quickly glance over 2 other features. You see the button joueur or players that you see. You can click on it just above your name. You can click on it.
Yeah, I had to look for it. Okay, this one. It's going to be called players. And
yes, players in English or joueur. You click on it if you need to change your name. It's a feature that people have asked. As you know, in the base game, you can't change your name. You need to come back, and it's quite a pain, especially for online game. You need to match your Steam. So this is a very easy way to just do it if you need to.
Okay, so if I want to change my name to Agathy, then would it? No, I have to change to something like CPL player here. If I change my name to CPL player,
Confirm.
I can confirm. Wow, and this is only for this game, or for like all the games I will play on Steam, or?
No, it's for that game. You can change every game if you want to.
So if I do a new game after, it's gonna be Agathy here, but I could just okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So at this stage of the game, as it's actually written, you are the host. So what you are doing is that you're gonna complete the parameters for the game and wait for people to join in. Okay.
Okay.
So here, what we are going to do, Oguti, is that you said that you wanted to have a map pool, right? So we're gonna define which map are gonna be in the map pool.
Okay.
So you go back to the lobby, which is
this one.
Game configuration. Yes. And then you go down.
Okay. So from this step, just to be sure people follow, we're going to show you how to have a map pool, civilization draft, and bans and picks, and we're going to also see how the timer works, basically, for everyone.
Yes.
Okay. So in order to do that, do you have to wait for everybody to be in the lobby?
So to set up the game, you don't. But to launch a game, obviously, and launch a drafting, you need to have everyone in the game. Yes.
Okay, so people are joining right now. Okay, so you managed to join the game. Now, to get the map pool going, and I have to go to game settings or configuration.
Yes,
right
exactly.
Here. Okay.
So you go back there. All right.
Okay, I'm there.
And then you go down, and you will see that you have a new section under the victory condition.
Yeah.
Which is the map pool selection. Okay.
Okay, I see.
So here you're going to basically select the maps that you want to keep for the game. So.
Actually, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna show already exclusively the map pool for the CCC. So we're gonna only take the maps that we'll take.
Okay. So now you have selected your map pool.
Okay.
So you can go back to the main staging room.
Yes. So by going here.
Yeah.
Waiting. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So now it's a little bit of a sad tournament because there is only the two of us, Oguti. But we're still gonna make the best of it.
Okay.
So we are on opposite team. I'm assuming I'm Team Jack and you're Team Oguti. So I would be obviously number 2 because you have to be number 1.
Do we have to choose a team number?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And
so
everybody has to have a team, right? This way, or we don't do that.
Or you can do, but because they are AI, it doesn't matter. They're not going to participate.
Okay. Okay.
They won't be able to ban as AI.
Okay.
But you're right. In a normal game, every single player before we proceed should select his team. Now, what is interesting is that if you were to play with a caster, okay?
Yeah.
A spectator.
Yeah.
That person will have to pick at this point his civilization. He will have to pick spectator, and he will have to tick. You see at the just below the back button, you have a play as an observer.
Yeah.
Thing. Yes. So he will have to tick this, and he will have to select spectator.
Yeah.
But for all of us, mere mortals that are not casting games, I know you do that in your spare time, obviously, but I don't. Then we don't get to tick that box.
Okay. So this is only if there's a caster, an observer. He has to do this all before we start the map. Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
We don't have one.
So now, what we are going to do is, so you just do, you as the host, so you check that everyone is all right. And we are going to complete what we need to do before the game starts. So there are a couple of options there, but I think that you are going to use a CWC format, which is 1, 2, 2 type rotation.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I think we need to be 8 for the CWC, so you need to put more AI.
Okay, I'll add a few more just to be sure there's no bugs. So AI.
Otherwise, if you guys are using this in a not 4v4 format, like a FFA, for instance. You don't need to put team, and you will use either random order or slot orders for these. But in that example, we want to show the CWC style. So
Yeah.
you are going to tick CWC format on top.
Oh, okay. So I have to have 8 players,
Yeah.
and more if there's casters. They are at the bottom.
Yeah.
And an extra, and I have to tick this here, CWC
Yes.
format. Okay, so let's do this.
You will tick it, and then because we want this to be really competitive, you are going to pick draft timer.
Okay,
Right?
what does those 2 options do? So this is
So
just
the CWC format is
Yeah.
just explain if you leave the tooltip. It's just the format of on which the slots are being picked. So the CWC is having first map bans and leader ban,
yeah.
then alternate in in a pattern which is 1 2 2 1. Actually, I think the tooltip is outdated, but that's
Yeah,
fine. I will correct it later on.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then picking is following the slope order. No, actually, it's correct. It's A B B A B A.
Yeah, exactly.
So so that's it. The draft timer, which is the other option. So this is really bringing competition into a competitive draft, because here you will be pressured. You will have 30 seconds when you have to ban a map, 60 seconds when you have to ban a leader, and 90 seconds when you pick your seed.
Okay.
If you are not doing it within the time frame, you will lose your ban.
Okay.
If you are not picking within the time frame, you will have to pick a random leader. So it's really about being organized. You need to brainstorm with your team, and it's what makes this competition interesting. You need to be, it's a team game here, so you need to coordinate your effort. Now, before you start the draft, I just want to tell you that if there is any problem during the draft, you can always come back to this moment before you start it.
How?
And you have this reset button. The reset button, which is there, you can click it. If there are any problem, any bugs, and you want to reset, you click reset, and you will be able to restart from scratch.
Okay. Sounds
right?
good. So I right now I got CWC format ticked. I got draft timer ticked because we want a competitive game. And now what do I do?
Now you press launch. And here we go.
Oh, this is stressful. Okay, so I got 24 seconds left, and I have to choose which map I ban.
You don't want to play on. Yes.
Okay, I don't want to play on Primordial, so it's this and confirm.
Yes, so now it's my turn. I know you're a very good player, and I know that Pangea is what you prefer probably, so
and you can see in the corner here the maps that are already banned. So all the red ones are the ones we already ticked out before we started, and now we're adding more red maps. So I'm gonna ban Continent Islands.
And it's a tough one, because essentially by banning now I have two choices. So by banning one, I'm picking effectively the other there.
Yeah.
So I want to play on 7 seas, so I'm banning Lake.
Okay.
So now you are going to ban you as a captain of your team.
Yeah.
Because you're first in slots. So you are banning for your entire team the leader. So you have to pick a leader and ban it, and you have 60 seconds to do so.
Okay, and is the leader of the second team like the one that is in the second slot?
Exactly.
Okay, so because I'm in the first slot for my team, I'm the leader, and I get to ban, and you'll be able to ban as well. So I'm gonna ban Dido because I think it's strong. And oh, it shows here. Okay.
Yes. Well, I know that Codnode did well, but I still don't trust that one.
Colombia.
So I'm gonna ban it.
Yeah, Colombia. I'm gonna ban, I don't know, Congo. Oh yeah, it shows up.
Okay. I'm gonna go for something which is probably controversial there, and I'm going to ban Eleanor.
Eleanor. Okay, the last ban, I'll go for Canada.
Okay, and for me, I'm going to go for Rome. All right.
Okay, all right.
So now you are going to be the first one to pick. So as you can see under your name, you can see who is doing what. So
Yeah, I'm picking.
yes. So now
Okay.
I know that you are picking, and I see the same on my screen.
Okay. So then I get. Oh yeah, I can't pick because it's banned. Okay. Band leader here. Understand. So let's say I want to pick Arabia. Do I have to press confirm?
Yes, you do.
Okay. So I pick Arabia.
All right. And I'm going to play my favorite civ, Egypt.
Okay, okay, I get it. And then we keep doing this for every
We
player.
keep going. Yes.
Okay.
Now, because it's only AIs, they don't get to pick in that example, but theoretically speaking, all the players would have to pick one by one. Once you have done that, you have a 300-second timer to reorganize everything. So, at this point, we just completed the draft. Obviously, normally you will have to have all the players in your team select. It's just an example because we need 6 more people. They are AI, so they don't have to select. Now, at this point of time, sometimes it happens that you need to swap with one of your team member. And in that case, you need the host to allow you to swap, because at the moment, if you try to swap at the moment, look, Oguti, what's going to happen. Try to swap. Yeah. Right? You can't swap.
You cannot change the slot order at the stage of the draft, change the type of draft, or reset. Okay.
So, and that's normal. For this, I need you basically to click unlock.
Yeah.
At the host. And if you click that,
yeah,
you see that now the status of all players have moved to unlock.
Yeah.
And now I could theoretically swap with players in my team.
Okay.
But obviously I don't have any. You should not swap with an AI, by the way, because it can create problems. So don't try it at home, guys.
Okay.
But that's it. And now let's assume that everyone has, you can change, for instance, if one of your team member has picked Persia and you want to play Persia, but you try to pre-pick that because you didn't want the other team to have it, you can swap with them and so on. It depends on whatever are the rules for your tournament. When everyone is set, essentially the host can just launch by clicking Start Game. And this is the button that you see in green on the top next to your back button.
Yeah, here on the top, above, waiting. Yeah, you got here. Start game. Okay.
Yes. So and then if you do that, you will start. The other option, because sometimes it happens that the 300 seconds are too long, or if someone is disconnecting at this stage and you need to wait for him to be back because sometimes you have connection problem happens. In that case, one trick to do, Oguti, is that you just go back to game configuration and you can change to no restriction, and that will stop everything. So that's a trick. Yeah.
Okay, so we would go here.
And you just go draft and you choose no restriction.
Draft mode here.
Yeah.
No restriction. And then we go back.
You go back. And in that case, essentially you no longer have the button, so it will start when you click ready.
Okay. But I'm gonna and otherwise I just have to click on the green button from before.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. It's just normal game, right?
Yeah. Well, perfect, Jack. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So this was how to do a draft mode for the tournament. It's, for instance, in the 4v4s. I hope it was clear. Thank you so much, Jack, for doing it, making this video. It's going to help many people get it done. And what's your final thought on this? Like, Jack, what do you think about this feature?
Honestly, for me, it gives a kind of professional feel to a tournament, because it's like any sport. I mean, if you watch esports game, if you watch LOL or Heroes of Storm or Dota 2, that's how teams are drafting. So if you play a team game, I feel it adds an extra plus. You have the timer, so you need to think under pressure. So yeah, I like those features.
Okay, So thank you so much. This was how to use the tournament mode, how to get a 4v4, for instance, and the teamer game set up. And I think there's one last video we need to record, Jack. So we'll see you guys very soon. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye bye.